Hey guys, it's Christy, and today I'm here for a love and relationships reading. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll hit the like button, leave me some comments, subscribe to the channel. All of those things help me greatly, and I really appreciate it. So today I'm drawing from our relationships deck, Law of Attraction deck, and I'd like to get messaging, and then if we need further clarification, maybe draw more cards. So I'm only going to draw from the one deck today, and we'll see what the universe has to say. So let's see. What do you have to tell us today, universe, when it comes to love and relationships? Thank you. And I always say that when it's taking time for a card to come out, because I only read the ones that pop out, a lot of times I believe that that's the universe's initial message for us, and that is to exercise patience. When it comes to love and relationships, that's especially important because we're dealing with, other people, their perspectives, their emotions. And so sometimes it's very helpful to be able to practice patience, step back, see things from not only our own perspective, but understanding that trying to see things from someone else's point of view is very helpful when we're, in relationships with other people. And this can be any type of relationship. So our first message is that which is like unto itself is drawn. So the universe has been giving me a lot of cards in these recent readings that define the law of attraction. That which is like unto itself is drawn is the universal law of attraction. So I think that the universe is trying to tell us to really define for ourselves what that means from a deeper level. So everything that you perceive is vibration, and the life you are living is your vibrational interpretation. And so I think it's important to note that the life that we are living right now is a result of where we've been vibrating. And that has led to our now. So where we are right now, if we deliberately decide where we want to vibrate, our future will look different. And that's a lot of power in our hands if we learn how to utilize it. And so the universe is saying, learn more about the law of attraction on a deeper level. Learn how to vibrate where it is that you want to create your future from. The powerful law of attraction is at the root of everything you experience. And the never-changing, always accurate premise of this law is that which is like unto itself is drawn. So the universe does not discern like we do bad or good, positive or negative. It knows our vibration and it matches our vibration. So we will recognize where we're vibrating by what's coming into our lives. It's that whole, if you get out of bed and stub your toe in the morning and that brings you to a low vibration and you stay there, your day is going to look like that vibration. So you will have a lot of frustration and pain throughout your day if you continue to vibrate there. Whereas if you get out of bed and stub your toe, and after your initial reaction, you bounce back, you move on, you have a great outlook for your day, maybe you do a little practice that puts you into a good vibration, your day is going to look very different. And so, let's see. When you give thought to something, you begin the attraction process of the essence of that subject into your life experience. And I think it's important, too, to note here that you do have a buffer of time. So, like I said, if you stub your toe, you're going to experience pain. Maybe you're going to curse, yell, whatever, and have that bad emotion. That's normal. We're human. However, if you are able to pivot and bounce back, then you can change the way your future looks, because you're developing what your future is going to look like by where you're vibrating. Okay, so once you have activated a thought vibration within yourself by giving attention to the subject, the progression of expansion occurs. So we are going to, in this instance, we're going to notice where we're vibrating. We're going to notice what's coming in for us that matches that vibration. And the more we practice that, the more powerful we are going to feel, because we will be given the proof that we create our own reality when we're deliberately using the law of attraction. And that to me is so exciting. It puts the power in our hands, and it gives us a sense of excitement, but also at the same time ease. So our next message came out. I came as an extension of source energy. So when we are looking at love and relationships and the law of attraction, so we've already discussed how that which is like unto itself is drawn. But when it comes to relationships, that is also true. So what you're receiving in return from the person that you're in the relationship with will also is indication of where you're vibrating. So if it's your boss, your lover, your children, you are going to recognize where you're vibrating in that relationship by what's happening in the vibrational back and forth, so to speak, between you. So now, understanding that we came here as an extension of source energy. Here's the card. And the message is you came as physical extensions of source energy, understanding that you would explore contrast, causing expansion not only for you, but for all that is. So in our relationships with others, we oftentimes experience contrast. And, we've been conditioned to believe that that's maybe a bad thing. Arguments are bad, or, contrast is something to be avoided. But contrast is a part of our lives that helps us to expand as people and as a people, and definitely in relationships. I feel like when we are in a relationship with someone and the contrast comes up, if we're able to see it as an opportunity rather than a disruption, then we're going to move forward in a much healthier way, understanding that we're expanding. We're expanding, they're expanding, and we are extensions of source energy. And so we can learn and expand and grow together. And on that note, let me draw our next card, because I would like further clarification from the universe as far as this message goes. I love where we're at in this message. Okay, and there's our next card. And so the next message is, my imagination attracts all cooperative relationships. I don't think I've ever gotten this card before, which is amazing. I love when I get a new card. The universe and all physical and non-physical players in it is responding to vibrations that you are offering, and no distinction is made between vibrations that you offer as you observe and vibrations that you offer as you imagine. Okay, I've heard so much about this and learned about it and practice it in my own life. And that is, the mind does not make the distinction between reality or imagination. And so that's how this law of attraction can work for us. And in our relationships, it can work for us because we can imagine what we want to feel, what we want to have. And if we then take it a step further and we vibrate there as if it's already ours, our mind does not know that that's not reality. And so yes, like anything, it needs to be a practice. So you could put into place things like positive aspects, writing a list of positive aspects. I recommend doing that when you're in a good mood. If there's an area in one of your relationships that you would like to improve, focus your energy there when you're feeling good, but focus it on the positive aspects of that relationship. And you will see growth as you focus your energy on the positives. of that person, of that relationship, and use your imagination also. It's saying use your imagination, because your mind is going to give you what you vibrate at, and your imagination can help you get into the place where you want to be in that relationship. Imagine what having what you want in that relationship feels like. Feel it fully. Allow yourself to just be engulfed by the feelings that you want to have. And then, like I said at the beginning, patience. Be patient. Give yourself time. And then you will see the things come in as you practice this more and more. You'll see the things come into your experience that will create that feeling, because when you vibrate there, it is yours. So I would really love for you guys to practice that. And this is very interesting. I also wanted to round out the reading with a mindfulness and self-care card. And I got the same exact card in this reading that I did in the last reading. And that is, mindfulness allows us to live life fully, fully aware, fully awake, fully alive. So the universe is clearly encouraging us to practice mindfulness. And there are many ways you could practice it. For instance, if you put yourself out in nature, put your feet on the ground and live in the moment, observing the beauty that surrounds you and being in touch with the earth, with the universe, with yourself, and fully feel that. That's one way to practice mindfulness. Another way is obviously meditation. Meditation can be something that you take 2 minutes to practice, or 20 or 30 minutes. If you have the time and you're in a good space for it, look up on YouTube a guided meditation video and do that. You can pick whatever length. They're all out there. They're all free. And when I meditate, I usually do a guided meditation. It's my favorite type of meditation, and I feel so much more connected to myself and everyone else and the earth, the universe, when I'm practicing meditation on a regular basis. Another way to practice mindfulness is to understand that this second that you're living right now is your whole life. So those mundane tasks that you don't want to do, if you start to observe the reality of this is the only life I have right now, and you can start to enjoy every moment as much as you can when you think about that fact, that helps you be more mindful in a big way. You can write lists of things that you have gratitude for and appreciation for. So there are many ways for you to practice mindfulness, make lists of positive aspects about your relationships, and live in the moment as much as you can, and see what starts happening for you. And I think you'll find that your relationships improve, but you need to be patient and give it time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you'll put some of these practices in place in your life and see what comes in for you, and let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.